Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Carter's Booth Show. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, my name's Erica.
Erica? Okay, so what is your opinion of the political climate right now?
The political climate is still the same as it was 60 years ago. Nothing has changed. Usually climate changes. Climate is something that's different.
When you say nothing has changed, what are you referring to?
I mean, we're in modern day segregation. We're in modern day slavery.
Modern day slavery?
Yeah.
Okay, why do you feel that way? What rights is someone taking away from you currently right now?
Right now, if I'm black and I want to apply to a job, the job has the right to not employ me because I'm black.
Do you have proof of that?
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Because I work for a very diverse place, and I've never seen that.
There's companies Target,
Have
Publix.
you been personally discriminated against right now?
At this point, like right now today, no. Have I in the past? Yeah, for sure.
Do you feel like you're a victim? You feel like you can't get ahead because of racism?
I'll never be able to get ahead. We were born behind.
You were born behind.
Born behind. We came here on the ship. We were already behind.
So what do you think about the Africans that come here who have no money that make a lot of money?
The Africans that come here that have no money, make a lot of money, they have to be working with a white man somewhere. It's hard to even get a loan as a black person.
Because I speak to a lot of Nigerians and Zimbabweans, whatever, and they say, hey, I'm black, I love America, don't go to my country because you won't have the same opportunities, but I'm here, I'm making it.
Yeah, opportunities are here, but advancement of your opportunity that you have is the hard part.
Do you feel racial tension yourself personally, like preventing you from success?
Yeah, even in the field that I'm in. I'm a 10th grade teacher.
Okay.
I feel like you could look at the superintendents over all the counties.
Right.
It's less than 2% are black superintendents.
What country do you think you feel better in, safer?
I would say probably, for me, I would say maybe Europe or Canada.
Where in Europe specifically?
I would say like England.
England?
And Canada I've actually visited, and it's very diverse, super diversified.
Oh,
Everywhere
no,
you go.
definitely, no doubt. Because
Canada's the most diverse place I've ever been to.
U.S. is most diverse by far.
Not
in
where
the world.
I've been, like in my world.
Yeah.
You know, I went to a school that mostly black. You know, my college was mostly black, but Canada, everywhere I looked, it was people from Egypt, people from South Africa, people from Alaska, Australia. You know, you don't get all that in America.
If you, I understand you saying you experienced racism and you feel like that pressure on you and stuff like that. If you feel your parents didn't instill that in you, or do you think that's something you experienced?
Instill what in me?
The quote unquote, say like the struggle or whatever, or let's say racism. If your parents did not tell you racism exists, would you still feel that same way?
My parents never told me racism exists. My parents never talked to me about color, ever. That's not something that most black households have. That's why people of color, we don't see color for real. We don't go in the playground and say, oh, he's white, I can't play with him. That's something that is taught in a white household. Oh, they're black, we can't go over there because they're a little ghetto. You can't go to Johnny's house this weekend because it might be ghetto over there. That's something instilled on that side. But as far as our side, there was never a racism talk or anything. It was go through life strong and do what you got to do to persevere.
Because some black people tell me they have to warn their son about the police, how racist
No,
the
and I have a
police are.
brother. My dad never sat him down and talked about police brutality. And I feel like the non-educational awareness of it all is what gets these younger black kids into the situations that they're put in. Because they're not taught, hey, when you do get stopped by police, just mind your manners, put your hands up. If I'm not taught that and I don't know that I'm not safe here, I'm gonna do whatever I want when I do see a police. So I feel like it not being taught, you don't know what to do. My brother learned all his stuff when he got older and on his own and just seeing stuff on the internet.
Do you feel like an American or do you feel like a black American?
I feel black. I don't really identify with American. I don't identify with America.
Right.
The We the People, the Constitution, it's all a bunch of
So
fluff.
if you, because the country you mentioned, England, if you moved to England, would you feel British?
No, I would feel black in England.
Feel black in England. So you don't think you have like a nationality?
Black. But my ancestry obviously is African.
Well, you can say ethnicity or race.
Yeah, ethnicity,
but
if we want to go down there.
But you don't want to identify with a nationality right now.
As far as me calling myself an American, I mean, I don't, if people say, what's your nationality? I'm just going to say black. I don't say black American. But if I'm checking a box on a job form, then obviously I have to check the box that says black American. But as far as you asking me how I identify, I'm going to say black. I'm not going to say black American. And I'm not going to say African American. I'm just going to say black.
Why don't you just say you're American?
Because I'm not just American. If I was American, there would be no black American. It would
Because-
only be American.
Right, because if you go to Kenya, they wouldn't call you black. They'll say, hey, American, get out of here. You
Right.
know?
So we as people gave us identifiers.
Yeah,
We as people put on a job application, are you black, white, Hispanic, or other?
yeah.
Why didn't we just put American? Why is there not just one box?
What do you feel Americans who are black, Hispanic, or Asian, who are conservative, do you feel they're sellouts, or do you think that because we're American we can vote and have
No,
our
I
own
think they're
opinions?
sellouts. Over 46% Hispanics voted for Trump.
Uh-huh.
And they're being deported like crazy right now.
But but only the illegals are being deported, not the people who have citizenship.
Yeah, but those 46%, y'all have some illegal family members. So that means you're okay with your family member being deported from their child?
And also, you know that immigration affects people from Poland, China,
It
all over
affects
the place.
anybody.
Yeah.
It's not just
So-
Hispanics. It's anybody. If you
Yeah.
come from Africa and your visa is not good, you don't have citizenship here, you can go back to Africa.
When under Biden's administration, they had a sort of a blank check when
Mm-hmm.
it came to immigration, and it affected a lot of people, black people in Chicago, who complained about it, about the immigrants there, not them taking care of the neighborhoods, and they felt like sort of suffocated.
By the immigrants?
Exactly, that they're not paying attention to the goals of the city and things like that. Not
I don't
supporting
know.
the homeless.
I love the immigrants. They do everything that Americans don't want to do. Americans are naturally lazy. These buildings right here,
Right.
who put those up? When you ride down the highway and they're doing construction, what do they look like? Do they look like Trump? No.
Well, that's the thing. See, immigrants, they look like every one of us.
No, what I'm saying is
Yeah.
immigrants don't do anything.
Well,
Now, if we take away the people that have criminal history or committing crimes in America, of course. If
Right.
you're doing that kind of stuff, then yeah. But if you're working hard, just taking care of your family, not hurting anybody,
so do you believe in
circulating the economy,
open,
then
do you
get it-
believe in open borders, no immigration policy?
Yes, because I believe in fairness.
Uh-huh.
I feel like if I can go to Mexico
Uh-huh.
and all I need is a passport that has my picture in it,
Mm-hmm.
why wouldn't you be able to come to America with the same passport with your picture in it?
What do you think about the idea of
We can go anywhere we want,
Yeah.
but nobody can come over here?
but every
It's not fair.
Yeah, every country has this immigration laws. Do you feel like that every sovereign nation should not enforce their immigration laws? Is that your opinion?
I feel like the immigration laws should be based on criminal activity.
So-
I feel like if it's deterring the society, if it's causing havoc to the society, chaos, anything like that,
Right.
then yeah. But I feel like everybody should be treated the same, no matter where you were born at.
So you think that having a country that enforces immigration rules is treating people badly, inhumanely because of their
No, it
because of their
depends
laws?
on the regulations inside those laws.
Uh-huh.
It can be looked at as unfairly. Because if we think about it, Trump's wife,
Mm-hmm.
she's not American.
She has citizenship.
Exactly.
She came here legally.
Yeah, but you're still not American because if you're trying to get illegals out, you married an illegal before she was legal.
No, she was legal when she came here. She
What I'm
work
saying
visa.
is, she was an immigrant before she went through the process.
Uh-huh.
So for you to know
True.
that's her back history, instead of helping these immigrants get through the process, and you just shipping them over there. But now, if we have money, we can pay for that. Because you know that the test that they take to become a U.S. citizen, a lot of the questions I don't even know the answer to. If you've ever looked at that test or know the questions on that test,
Right.
I don't even know the answers, and I was born here. So how can I test someone else on those American answers, and an American can't even pass that test? That's not fair.
Who's going to pay for it? Let's say we go with what you're saying, have an open blanket immigration policy, right? Who's going to pay for all those services, all those help, things like that?
I feel like it should be based on what you're coming here to do. Do you have a plan? Are you like how the people you're coming here for school?
Uh-huh.
A lot of people come here with no plan and they're just here, maybe just taking up space.
Yeah.
Like if you go to Buford Highway right now, there's Hispanics that just sit along Buford Highway at all those places, the gas stations, the restaurant. They're just sitting down on the curb.
Yeah.
That's not helping society.
Okay.
Things of that nature, no. But I can't help society if I can't get my citizenship to get an ID, to use the ID to go apply for a job because they need my ID. So there's so many factors of why I can't be a upholding citizen and pay taxes if I can't even get an ID to get a job to pay the taxes. You want me to do these things, but how can I do them?
Interesting.
And I actually taught at a 98% Hispanic school. So when this started happening with Trump, I have kids that is coming to my school crying because their mom or their uncle or their aunt or their grandma or their little brother just got took by ICE.
Yeah.
This is real life what I'm dealing with.
So you thought that he should have just not enforced his laws, just left it? Do you think we should do away with the immigration system at all? Get rid of the Border Patrol people? You know, most of the Border Patrol people are 60% Hispanic.
I know, and that's crazy.
And the
to
rest
me.
are black and white.
Yeah.
And like maybe I think 2% Asian, and they receive death threats.
Yeah.
From a lot of people.
I think it should be on your record.
Yeah.
When you do the border control, we should be a background check. If you got to wait on a background check, you got to go back and come back until it's cleared. Once it's cleared, you have a plan on what you're going to come here to do. I feel like that's how it should go.
Yeah.
Because murderers get to stay here. Rapists get to stay here. What, like, I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, apparently he's deporting them.
Yeah, he's deporting everybody.
So what do you think about the people in Chicago who are upset about the Karen mayor who putting the services of immigrants above the citizens? He said we need to help them and be patient, and they said that they're cutting off services. Were you aware of that?
Services as far as
homeless,
Democratic.
so they're cutting off shelter, so government assisting.
resources that the community needs, and they were giving out also food stamps to these people as well.
They're stopping that.
Well, now it's stopped obviously because there's another.
So how do I
president.
feel about the stop?
How do you feel about what went on about those citizens complaining in Chicago, Black Chicago specifically, who were saying that they got the short end of the stick?
I feel the same way I always felt. We always get a short end. That's nothing new. You have to be homeless and don't even have a pot to piss in to get food stamps these days. If you're making $100 a week, they won't give you nothing. You have to have nothing to get something.
Immigrants.
We're talking about
He's not
resources.
talking about you. You've been there for a while. He's talking about immigrants. They come in and live for free and suck up all our goddamn shit.
That's not what we're talking about.
That's what he's talking about. I don't think you get what he's talking about.
We're talking about
We're
resources.
talking about immigrants. They come on and take over our healthcare system,
What's
take
wrong
over our
with this
school
guy?
system, take over every goddamn thing we got to do. I don't think you
know what I'm saying?
understand what
Is
this
there
man's
something
talking
like
about.
mentally?
Yeah.
As a
y'all
teacher,
you know what I'm saying? What he's talking about?
I deal with bipolar,
Yeah, well, bipolar, whatever. You call me what I am. But hey, look, I know.
I don't
hear
think
his
so. I
questions.
think he talks like
I
this
know what
without
you're going.
Jaeger.
Do it. Trust me. I know what you're
I
talking.
think this is him.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
Because the Jaeger don't even affect him so much. Once you do something every
You
day.
blame it on alcohol?
No, I said it don't affect you. Because once your body gets used to something every day, it's not the same effects. Snoop Dogg ain't high no more. Snoop Dogg just smoking. Ain't no way Snoop Dogg's still getting high. The same feeling as if you don't smoke every day all day.
What do you get high above every day? Make you talk the way you talk.
You don't have to
If you
answer
don't be
that.
quiet. You've been talking about like last 3 hours.
I'm doing a
getting
fucking,
an
I'm doing an
interview.
interview right now, bro.
Okay, but I'm trying to tell
I thought he
her.
didn't want
I'm
to.
trying to tell
He
her.
look like he wants to
I'm
do it.
trying to explain to her what he's talking about.
He's getting on
Fucking
that.
immigrants come
I think
over
you
and
should have just
sucking
did the
up
interview.
all our goddamn
I don't know why he
resources.
said no to the interview. Get him.
Yeah.
He should have said yes.
Well,
No, finish up with her.
I don't know why he
and
said
so
no.
you're a teacher,
I
right?
am a teacher.
And I appreciate like what you do for young people, and I hope you promote critical thinking,
Yeah.
great ideas, unity
Yeah.
for all people and all Americans.
Yeah, for sure.
And you have a really big responsibility in your hands affecting the youth.
Yeah,
you know?
the
You have some
future adults.
Yeah, you have some really strong opinions.
Yeah.
Everyone doesn't have to agree on everything.
No.
But
Everybody
as long
can
as
have
we
their own
disagree civilly, and that's all that
Yeah,
counts.
there's no conversation if we're just agreeing.
Would you agree that
Maybe that's a good question.
would you agree that in America, like you have black, white, everything? Would you say, hey, this is my brother, this is my sister? Would you
To a white person?
to any person of color in America?
Would I call you my brother?
Yeah, sure.
Brother,
Anybody.
no.
No. Okay.
But you are a person of color. We're the same. If we draw a line in the sand and it's black over here and it's white over here, you would come with me.
Okay.
They're not gonna put you over there.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm whatever your opinion is. That's fine.
No,
I
I'm
respect it.
saying people
Yeah.
of color to me
Yeah.
is anybody of color. That's Hispanics. There's black Cubans.
Yeah.
There's black Dominicans. There's black is everywhere. The first body was black.
So you don't like white people?
No, I would never say that.
Okay.
I would never say that.
You don't want to associate. with
I
them.
said I'm not a Trump supporter. I never said nothing about white people, the race. That would be ignorant to generalize a whole race.
No. Because I was asking. You said do you? Because everyone in the U.S. a brother and sister, like all Americans.
All Americans are brother and sister.
Right. You wouldn't agree.
No, but that doesn't mean I don't like white people.
All right.
Because I wouldn't call a white person my brother. Because again, like I said, the line in the sand, the brothers is gonna be with me.
Okay. So
They gonna be over there with their brothers.
right. So here's a scenario: aliens come down, right?
I don't believe in aliens, but I'll go with it.
Okay. So aliens come down, and people are yelling, black, white, this, that, right? Other countries like, I don't care about that. That's America. They're stupid. They're arguing about race. Americans are dumb.
That is dumb. You're
yeah,
right.
and it's like, why don't they just forget it?
We're arguing about race. That's the dumbest argument ever. Oh my God. That was a great sentiment.
So alien comes down and be like, hey, why don't you go? And you say, I'm not saying you're going to say that. Get those white people, right? And they'll say, you all look the same to me. You're human. Just start killing everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you think that will force the world to unite, in your opinion?
Would it force the road? No, we would still be separated. We would be shooting on this side to the white people. I mean, to the aliens. And then the white people would be shooting the aliens on that side. Because we would be trying to save everybody.
Uh-huh.
And they would be trying to save them.
Is it now the problem you have with a certain white people? Is it American whites or is it all whites around the planet?
No, I don't have a problem with white people.
Yeah.
White people have a problem with me.
White people have a problem with you.
With me.
Have you ever traveled outside of the U.S.?
Yes, I've been to over 12 countries.
12 countries. Name those countries.
Let me look it up. Canada, Honduras,
Okay.
Belize. I've been to Dominican Republic.
Right. Very ethnic. Yeah.
Where else? Costa Rica.
Okay.
Tulum, Puerto Rico.
Mexico.
Cancun.
Mexico.
Where else I've been? Costa Maya. Bahamas. I've been to Turks and Caicos. I've been to Cozumel. I've been to a lot of places.
Okay. If a white man came to you, right, and said, "Hey, you know what? I want to date you." How would you feel?
Well, you probably should reverse the question. I don't date men.
You don't. Okay. Well, there you
You might
go.
want to say a white woman.
Okay. Okay. A white woman.
A white woman. I've dated a white woman before. She was a
Okay.
volleyball player too. She had a big chunky. Talking about big chunky. It depends on the white girl and her cultural awareness.
Right.
If she's not culturally inclined to the world, then no, I can't date a white girl.
How did she get culturally inclined?
That would be her upbringing. That would be her parents. That would be learned behavior.
So,
Like the white girl I dated, she was around black people before. You know, she didn't ask me why my hair looked like this. She knew.
interesting. You experienced a lot of racism?
A lot? I won't say a lot, no. I won't say a lot. I say more prejudice.
More
but
prejudice?
not direct racism. I've only been called a nigga one time in my life. Now, have I been called a nigga behind my back? Probably. But like dead to me, from a white person, one time.
Do you feel that black people should get rid of saying the M word?
No.
No?
Not at all.
Why don't Asian people call each other the C word? And I'm not going to say that.
Asian people call each other the C word.
Yeah, I'm not going to
What's the
say what that
C
is.
word?
Chinese. Yeah.
Why don't Asian people call themselves Chinese? Because all Asians aren't Chinese?
No.
What you mean the C word?
Well, it's a derogatory term for Asian people. Yeah, but that's okay. Don't say it.
I don't even know what you're talking about. He's talking about don't say it. I don't,
Philippines. They're all Asians.
Okay.
the C word for Asians?
Well, that's okay. That's okay.
Oh, you said chicken?
Oh, that?
That's okay.
Oh, why don't they call each other that?
What's wrong with you, man?
Okay. So
Oh, I don't know.
So the argument is the argument is the argument is some black people call themselves N words.
Niggas.
And Lucia's gonna kill me for this. And then, but like other, for example, in Hispanic culture, they have a term, a couple terms.
So
And
you're asking me why do Asians not call themselves derogatory terms?
no, okay, so
Because I don't know why.
okay,
I don't know.
all right.
I don't know about why
definitely-
Asians don't call each other that.
Okay, well,
I just know it was a derogatory term.
right,
The ER.
uh huh.
And we took away the derogatoriness and we put the A.
Right.
So to us, we're not saying derogatory things.
Ah, okay,
Get what I'm
okay.
saying?
Yeah.
The C word is actually derogatory and no one's changed it to be not derogatory.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We reversed that, what y'all tried to hit us with, which was something hurtful, which is the ER. We reversed it and made it something joyful,
I
which
know
is
your
the
ass ain't driving.
Interesting.
But then to go back to people will say, well, y'all call each other that. Why can't we say it?
Y'all get Zans?
Because y'all are not us.
Yeah.
Y'all are not us, so y'all can't say what we say. Simple.
What do you think about black people that say that we shouldn't say that at all? Period.
I think that's like an older generation. I feel like for me, that's like people 70s and before.
Right.
80s
Okay.
and up, I don't really hear people saying, we shouldn't say that. Why are we saying that word?
When you're driving down the street, do you, when a cop goes by, do you feel fear?
If you don't think it's clean,
Fear, I feel uncomfortable.
all you getting?
You feel uncomfortable?
I won't feel fear until it's getting intensified.
This is fine.
Like if I'm pulled over and they're doing too much, that's probably when I'll feel fear.
So scenario, cop pulls you over, no matter what the race, black or white. He's in the car. He says, "Hey, you were speeding. Give me your driver's license." Do you stay calm and give him driver's license and this and that? Say, "Hey, how's it going?" Or do you feel like you have to engage in sort of a verbal dispute with him?
License, get my ticket and get out my face.
Okay.
Nothing to talk about. And I don't like police. They do a lot of talking. Just write the ticket, baby.
Do you think we should have no police?
Feel like we don't got none.
Really?
All this crime. What are they doing? What do they do all day? I ride up and down.
Why you interrupt the interview?
Oh, I didn't know it was an interview.
Okay.
It's not. He's interrupted it already.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I definitely.
He
appreciate-
wants to. I don't know why he said no.
What's the interview?
So
It's about race. What's your race?
Vietnamese, Pakistani, and French.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. How old are you?
Look, hey, don't be.
Ain't no way you 24. Where your ID at?
Go check on Andrew. Don't worry about her.
24?
Yes.
What year you was born?
2001. May 3rd, 2001.
Your birthday coming. Well, no, your birthday passed. Happy
This
birthday.
Saturday. Yeah, thank you.
What'd you do?
I went out. I didn't get drunk though.
That white boy, that's your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, how long y'all been together?
A little bit over a year.
Y'all need to stop all that arguing.
This got interesting.
Be nice. You be nice. No, it's you.
He's an alcoholic. That's what it is.
Okay.
And I have to deal with it.
Okay. No, you don't. You're
I
choosing
don't
to.
have to. I
Yeah.
love him. And
Well,
it's
it's a
not bad,
pleasure
but when
talking
he's
with you.
drinking,
I'll let
Yeah,
you
of course.
do your
Okay,
thing.
I'll be back.
All
Thank
right.
you. You want to shout
What's
out
your
to
name?
social media?
No, I don't want to set up my social media. This was already a lot for me to
Okay,
even do
all right.
this. I don't really do cameras.
Thank you very much.
What's your name, bro?
Don't be
Carlos.
setting her.
Carlos.
Yeah. Take care.